So I got the first weight, and the first weight, I call that the out of the form weight, where these are all 90 degrees still. I think I said that. The first weight though is 51.38 is what I got. Now the bottom limb is significantly stronger than the top limb at this point, so I'll bring the bottom limb to about even, and that'll kind of start my tillering process, if you will. Just even at the fade outs is where I started. And then from there, what I'm actually going to do is I put a 45-degree chamfer just on the edge of the sander here along the backside and the belly side. And I actually use the 45-degree at varying points of the limb to really affect the actual tiller of the bow. But for right now, I was shooting for that 50 to, I actually was shooting for 52 to 56, something in that. And this is a brand new form for me, so I wasn't exactly sure. And to hit 51.3 out of the form, I'm pretty content with. Tiller is, we're about 1/16 strong on the, or weak on the top. And that's kind of where I want to leave it for right this second. So now I've got some 45s in here. None of these edges are chamfered though. So what I'll do is I put an even amount of swipes across the drum to get them all just mostly started rounding. From there, this guy weighed in at 50, what was it, 55, 9? 55?
Or 55,
yeah,
somewhere in there.
55-ish. After cutting it down to 58 inches, because I really would like a bow that's in that low 50s to mid 50s more than I'd like a low to mid 40s. So I'll add those, and then we will do the final tillering after all the overlays and everything's on and the grip is shaped, so that I can actually see what the true weight's going to be. I just ground out the overlays that we glued on yesterday. My new little grip overlay, which is going to be pretty standard on all my bows now. The tips themselves, yesterday we glued on 2 pieces of 1/16 phenolic and topped it with cocobolo. The grip overlay, instead of using glass right there, I used black diamond wood, which looks the same as black glass. It's just a little cleaner to grind. And then a piece of cocobolo there. I roughed in the tips, and by roughing in the tips, all I do is I take it to a 45 degree on each side, and then I blend that to the glass very, I guess, roughly, even though it kind of feels smooth. I use that with like 100 or 80 grit. I don't know. It's a worn out belt that I have on this crappy little rigid. After I blend it though, now I'll lay out the actual tip design on the back. I shape it roughly on the edge sander, and then I'll kind of finish it with a file, and then you take sandpaper, like a strip of, like a cloth back sandpaper, and you actually just rock it back and forth over and over, and that'll give you that nice rounded tip right there. Feels like a bow. We're like 6 3/4 right on the money, and 6 3/4 with the string sitting on the backside of it. So this one's like maybe a 16th strong or weak. So now with these marks, I should end up seeing about 1/16 inch difference throughout them. And 1/16 shot. $54.9 at 29. All right, guys, here she is done. So I don't know if it's evident or not at this point. This is a 58-inch Wabash. It is some pretty wild myrtle veneers that I picked up from somebody with a Cocobolo riser. The overlays I did with black and Cocobolo. Same with the tips on each end. She finished up at 52 at 28. She's right around that 55 at 29. I really haven't checked where I draw on this bow, but I tend to be in that like 30-ish range, so something like that. Right before we came out here, I bare shaft tuned a single arrow from it, and it was a 31-inch 2315 with 200 up front, and that just happens to be the exact setup that I like and hunted with all this season and shot my deer with this year. And it works out of this bow, which is great because in building this bow with these veneers, I kind of envision this as my long-term hunting bow, if you will. So some different models that I do build right now. This is my Wabash, as I stated. It's a 58 or a 60-inch longbow. Both of them do have the same 16-inch riser. I am working on a one-piece recurve. You may have seen it some random spots throughout the video. That model I'm going to call my Scioto, and that's a 60-inch one-piece recurve. Beyond that, I have a 3-piece longbow as well as a 3-piece recurve, 15, 17, and 19-inch risers and variable length limbs. So it could go 58 all the way up to about 66 inches in AMO. With that, the one pieces are really what I personally gravitate towards. If you guys are interested, you can find me on Facebook or Instagram under DiRuzza's Custom Bows. Thanks.